The creative curriculum helps teachers assemble the jigsaw puzzle of intentional teaching. Intentional teachers are purposeful, guided by standards that define what preschool children should know and be able to do by the time they enter kindergarten. They foster children's knowledge and skills in literacy,
Cook for 20 minutes.
mathematics,
What shape do you think is going to fit inside of here?
This one.
Why don't you try to put some in there and see what happens?
science, social studies,
Did your daughter do that when you cook rolls?
She sure did, and even my son used to help me cook rolls.
the arts, and technology,
This is a special pastry blender, and it blends all these things together.
while at the same time supporting overall growth and development.
Oh, look, she's giving you some sugar.
Intentional teachers make learning meaningful by using what they know about how children think and learn.
All right. Adelina is 8 feet tall. Do you want to write 8 feet? Who could name another one? Emily. Your heart grows. That's right.
Building on children's prior knowledge, teachers engage them in solving problems, using tools and materials, and interacting with others.
So how many of Adelina's feet tall is she? 8. 8. You're 8 of your feet tall.
Intentional teachers use varied settings for teaching and learning. Interest areas, large groups, small groups, and routines and transitions. Every experience, interaction, and unexpected event is an opportunity for children to learn. The puzzle comes together as intentional teachers use 5 teaching strategies to guide children's learning. They acknowledge and describe,
Okay, I know that says Anaya. Anything else special about this tree?
coach,
You can do it. Take your time. Take your time.
extend,
I think it'd be really interesting to see if we have some medium-sized balls and some small balls.
demonstrate,
Try that with me.
and give information.
It's one circle and then another circle.
Sharon, Carol, Nori, Adam, and Louis each show how they assemble the puzzle of intentional teaching.
Okay,
These are apples
and where do these apples come from?
from the tree.
Okay.
Sharon has established a routine at arrival time for children to draw and write in their journals.
Good morning, Eliana.
We're studying trees, so I suggested that they might want to write something about trees in their journals.
What do you want me to know about this?
These are the branches and these are the leaves.
Okay. These are the branches, and these are the leaves.
And this is the trunk and that's
Okay.
It's another opportunity for me to model writing, and the children begin to understand that the spoken word can be written down.
the daddy tree. You got the daddy tree is sick too.
Sharon uses what she knows about Bryce's personal experiences to accept and honor his story about trees.
This is the daddy tree and he's sick, and the baby tree sick too.
Okay. This is the daddy tree. Which one's a daddy tree?
The one here.
Sharon reflects on how she uses journals to build relationships with children.
It's an excellent time for me to have just a brief moment to be one-on-one.
It was wonderful.
Carol's small group cooking experience in the Discovery area happens during choice time, which begins as children arrive.
Look at this, Jonathan. Today we are going to make bread balls, and I'm going to need your help.
Carol prepares Jonathan to be a baker.
All right, Jonathan, here is your bowl, and we've got to read these ingredients. It says we need 1 cup of hot water.
During the cooking project, she uses a variety of teaching strategies.
Do you know why people wear one of these hats? It's to keep their hair out of their face when they're cooking. How many eggs do we need? Would you check the recipe chart? Let's see.
6.
This says 2 tablespoons of butter and 1 egg. We need 1 egg. That's a good technique. Just kind of on the side like that. There you go. I think you and your grandmother must have cooked together before.
Carol purposefully integrates content learning.
I'm going to blend it.
And we're going to need to do that because that's the next step in our recipe.
As children use math,
1 cup is all the way up here to this red line. So it looks like we're going to need more water.
More water?
science,
It used to be liquid like water. Do you remember that when he first started stirring it? And now look what's happening.
What is it?
Look how it's starting to stick together.
literacy,
And then we're going to keep reading as we go along.
In water, an egg. Mix with spoon.
This is a new word, need.
Need. That the K is silent.
You are right.
and social studies.
Sometimes me and my granny cook rolls, and I help her.
You and your Grammy do that together?
Yeah, and you know what I get to do?
What's that?
I get to mush my rolls.
You get to mush your own rolls? Well, I tell you what, that's the job that you're going to have today also. You're going to need to knead the dough, roll
Stop.
it, move it.
Almost done.
Language is rich as children make observations,
It really happened when I started mixing.
describe what they experience,
It's really.
And here we go.
use new vocabulary,
Because it says that we have to combine. Do you know what combine means?
Mix together.
Mix together.
and make connections.
A baby bear ball.
It is a baby bear ball.
Upon reflection, Carol describes why the experience was successful.
Look at the size of some of these. I am very intentional as I plan experiences for young children. I think about the materials. I think about how to integrate the content standards. You know how much water I drink every day?
How much?
8 glasses. I drink a lot of water.
I drink 50.
They're engaged because it's real work. It's meaningful work. It's relevant work.
He said, I know what you're gonna do. You are going to pick that juicy orange.
Nori explains why she uses storytelling at morning group time to build literacy skills.
Girls, it's gonna be a great story.
I use storytelling in my classroom because it's so interactive.
Grab onto the orange, grab on, hold on tight, and then he fell down the stairs. Boom, down to the ground.
I based today's storytelling on The Little Mouse, The Red Ripe Strawberry, and The Big Hungry Bear by Audrey Wood. It's one of my favorites, and I knew the children were going to enjoy it too.
Let me see you move your hands and move your feet like a bear. Chopping through the forest.
When you don't have the book, you have your hands to tell the story. You have your body to tell the story, and they get involved too.
Smart and sly fox who lived in a forest with tall trees. Let me see the trees. Swish, swish.
Nori uses storytelling to expose children to new vocabulary and to enhance comprehension.
Where children get to join the story with us.
He saw a little mouse carrying a ladder and walking towards this orange. And he was going, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Let me see you do like the mouse. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
They give suggestions.
What do you think the mouse said? No, says Xavier. He said, no, try that. No, not my big orange.
Nori reflects on how she tunes into the needs of her group.
I add the children's experiences into the story.
Where should we hide this orange now?
I know.
Where?
Put it in the microwave.
Okay, let's put it in the microwave. Let's go. Let's push it in the microwave. Push. Uh-oh, the microwave broke it.
I like to read my group, so when I sense they need to move around, I immediately add something to it.
So he climbed up. Let me see you climb, like the mouse. Climb, and climb, and climb, and climb.
Sometimes I even incorporate a song.
The bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain to see what he could see.
Four, five. I use toys and games to teach math. Okay, well, what shape do you think is going to fit inside of here?
This one.
Okay. Why don't you try to put some in there and see what happens?
Watch Adam coach Anthony as he works at solving a problem.
What if you try to put them that way? I observed Anthony struggling with the shape puzzle. He couldn't seem to figure out how to get the 3 segments of the circle to fit. Where do you think that could go? Okay, see what happens. Is this one on the table the same way these 2 are on the table? What do you think you could do to fix that? Okay, I'll stay right here and you try to put them away. I let him work at it for a while, giving him some verbal cues. Well, let's put one at a time. Pick your favorite color. Which color would you like to do?
Green.
Okay, see if you can put the green piece inside here and then tell me what happens. Does that look like it's gonna fit? It does? Okay, why don't you try another piece and tell me what happens? But eventually I realized that he needed a little more direction. So let's try a new way. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna put my favorite color, green, inside this circle. Now you pick your favorite color and put it next to mine. Okay. Now what about yellow? Where could yellow go? It looks close. I think you're gonna be able to do it.
That's good out there.
Why don't you try? Try and put it in and tell me what happens. Anthony, you are so close. Now there's only room for one more piece. You found it. Anthony, you found it. Now you want to try the next shape? Once I modeled how one piece fit, he was able to succeed. Take your time. I chose to use patience and reinforce everything he was doing. Very cool. It was very hard to sit and watch Anthony try to put that puzzle together, but I really wanted to give him the opportunity to discover on his own that he can do it.
And then we're going to go in.
Watch how Lewis connects experiences over time to reinforce children's understandings.
Because our current study is the human body, the beginning of the week we read a book called My Hands. It's My Hands by Aliki. Peekaboo, do you ever play finger games? Do you ever count on your fingers?
To increase comprehension and engage children in informational text, Lewis actively involves children on every page.
Can you touch your thumb to all your other fingers?
Lewis models writing and validates children's ideas.
We made a list of all the things we can do with our hands.
Eat with your hands.
You eat with your hands. Kimberly.
You have to wash your
You
hands.
can wash your hands.
You play.
You can play with your hands. And that same day, Aaliyah traced her hands in the art area. And that sparked an idea for a small group activity. There you go. Trace her body. And then instead of using the standard units of measuring 2, 3, we measured how tall we were with our own feet. 6. How many? 6. So Aaliyah is 6 of her feet tall.
Lewis helps Aaliyah represent her findings.
6 is like this. 6. And make a little line there. 6. All right. Do you want to write the word feet or do you want to write your name? Okay, write your name. And Aaliyah is 6 of her feet tall.
Can I trace it?
Sure, come on over. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Now remember, we have to trace all the way around.
I'm going in the other group. Yeah.
Go around. There you go.
Observing that Adelina needs some assistance, Louis first demonstrates
We're gonna go around here like this.
and then coaches her.
Now come here, follow my finger. Go up, and then come back down. And then around, follow my finger. Mike, your turn.
Louis gives Mikey information about the measurement process
All right, remember, from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head.
and then encourages his independence.
Now count as you walk, Mikey. Start from the bottom again, because you're not counting. Right here, this is the bottom. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6,
7,
7,
8. 8. 8 of Mikey's feet tall. Show me the letter C in sign language. C.
like car.
Like car.
The next day, Louis continues to weave learning experiences related to the body at transition time as children use sign language.
B for Boris, that's right.
You have seen how 5 teachers use the creative curriculum to be intentional about their practice. They are purposeful in planning for children's content learning and development, design meaningful learning experiences, take advantage of varied settings, and use 5 teaching strategies. The creative curriculum helps teachers assemble the jigsaw puzzle of intentional teaching.